Hello and welcome to what I think is the 15th episode of my Pokémon Emerald Catch Everything playthrough. Between last episode and this episode I deposited Darude back in the PC because it was our highest level and we needed a Pokémon to learn Strength. So I picked up Machop. Unfortunately Zigzagoon cannot learn Strength. Would be quite a nice stab attack for it to have, but sadly no joy at this point. And so we are now on the edge of Laveridge Town and I'm going to come down this way. If we run over here, we pick up a nugget, and the very first place we're going to be going to is actually up here into the fiery path, because if you remember there was an area for us to go that we needed strength to access. I actually have Electrike at the front of the party, so I'm going to try and kill some of these wild Pokemon. I guess I'll just put Crunch in our first slot for now until we get a better electric type move. That doesn't really do very much, but it should 3-hit kill, so that's fine. It does a bit more second time. Hopefully this doesn't poison us, but I have a feeling it will. Yeah, there we go. So maybe still too early to be leading off with Electrike, but even so, the experience is useful because it takes us up to level 18. I will just quickly heal up that poison and then probably use a repel, I think, just to get through this slightly faster. If I could 2-hit kill some of the Pokemon, then maybe I would just soldier through, but instead, so this is just a sort of mini puzzle, I guess, and if we come up here we get our first item of the area, which is TM06 Toxic, which I remembered being the only thing here, but I'm sure there's got to be a reason for all of this extra stuff. I think they probably, well, I would have liked them to do more with Fiery Path, but there's not too much point in it, I guess, which is a bit of a shame, but not the end of the world. And we do get a Firestone, which I can't remember if that's immediately useful, if we've got anything that we can use that on, but I'm sure there'll be something eventually. We do need a Leaf Stone and a Water Stone, so that wasn't the one we were looking for, but I suppose a Water Stone wouldn't really make sense in this area. So I'll just use an escape rope quickly to get us out. And so now, if we come over here, over this way, we will be allowed to take on Route 111, or just off Route 111. No, it's actually part of Route 111, sorry. So let's switch to Crobat in the front, I guess. And what we're looking for, there are lots of trains to fight as well, so I guess we'll fight those first. But there is a tower that spawns, and this guy's telling us about it. I assumed he was a trainer, but it doesn't seem so. And there are some new Pokemon in the sand in this area. So there is Sandshrew at 35%, Trapinch at 35% as well, Voltoy at 24%, and Cacnea at 6%. All in the deep sand, and then in the tower, which we'll get to later, is Sandshrew and Trapinch, both 50%. But yes, we can thankfully cycle on the deep sand, even if we cannot run around on it. Oh, sorry, even if it is deep sand, that doesn't really make any sense. I have some notes next to me when I'm playing through this, just to kind of make sure I know what I'm talking about most of the time. There's a really good walkthrough on Bulbapedia that I'm often looking at, and my brain isn't very good at reading and talking and being coherent whilst also playing a video game. So sometimes you get some very kind of confused ramblings rather than more coherent stuff, but hopefully that's the sort of thing that I will get better at. And part of the reason for doing this is just because I don't think I'm very good at this stage. You know, I just want to get to a point where I can do it better, and I think the only way to do that is to do it a lot rather than. Unfortunately, Crobat is not immune to sand, so we're going to have to see that animation a lot whilst we're in this area. And Sandshrew, Crobat should be able to kill pretty easily with Wing Attack. It might be a 2-hit kill. This is probably the best area to grind levels for Norman's Gym if you wish to do so. Norman's Gym will probably be the first time where we're not over-leveled. But I think we should still have enough, especially with Bulk Up on Combusken. We could teach Protect if I remember where you get Protect from. I do need some of the Pokemon in this area, so I guess I won't repel as much as I would like the convenience of doing so. So there, in Ruby and Sapphire, the fossils are just on the ground over here, but in this game they're in a slightly different location, which we will be visiting later. And Campadrew has a Sandshrew. I'm sure that was at least partially intentional, but Wing Attack should still be enough to do it kill. Sandshrew has pretty high physical defense, so it can definitely. It takes 1 pretty comfortably, but 2 should be more than enough. And down it goes. Yeah, as you can see, the Pokemon in this area are higher level, so it's still too early for Electrike, unfortunately, and that does not have an item hidden in it. I think there are some hidden items in some of the rocks around here, and we are very lucky with our first encounter. We get a Cacnea, which is a 6% encounter. Unfortunately, I don't have anything on Crobat to damage it really, apart from Confuse Ray, and that's a bit of a double-edged sword. I guess I could switch to Machop and hope that it doesn't kill. Otherwise I might be in a bit of trouble. It is the lower, so this can be either level 20 or level up 22. And luckily we do get the lower of the two, so Machop can hopefully do a bit of damage. I don't trust Karate Chop not to crit. It has Absorb as well, so that's going to be annoying for keeping it weak, but it doesn't 2-hit kill, and hopefully we can get a decent chunk of damage off before Machop dies. It's setting up in front of us, so might well sweep our whole team at this point. And hopefully that is good enough to start throwing balls. Cacnea should not be immune to Sandstorm. It is a grass dark type, I believe, and neither of those types are immune to Sandstorm. The types that are immune are rock, ground and steel, but Cacnea has the ability Sand Veil, which is why it doesn't get buffeted by Sandstorm, just in case you were curious. It later gets Water Absorb as a hidden ability, but it does not have that in this game. And if we speak to this guy, I think we've already battled him, but we've not battled this person yet. So we do still have 3 Pokemon to catch on this route, but if we stay out of the deep sands, we won't get any encounters, and there are some TMs around here as well. I believe this is also the area you get Regirock. I could be wrong on that front. I have a very poor memory of where the Regis are and how to get them. I never got them as a kid, because how you were meant to work that out without Google, I don't know. And down goes Sandshrew. We did get a crit there, which is useful. Electrike continues to head upwards. Hopefully Baltoy goes down to a bite. Yeah, the Sandstorm is the most annoying thing about this area, just watching the animation over and over and over. And down he goes. So we do get through that pretty cleanly. I could heal up my Crobat, but I don't think we need to at this stage. And if we head down this way, we get Isaac calling us. Go away, Isaac, please. So over this way is we're back at the entrance. So if you head and speak to this person, and she talks about the fossils that we are looking for. It might be better to do. I guess I'll try biting the Sandshrew just because it does have, and bite miss, unfortunately. The Sandshrew does have high physical defense, so maybe it's better to hit it with special attack, but I doubt it. But if wing attack's not going to kill him one anyway, because there's no harm. And the other thing about Sandshrew is it does also have Sand Veil. So Sand Veil, not only does it grant immunity to sand, that's sort of a secondary effect, but it also gives you 20% evasion boost in a Sandstorm, which can make some of these battles quite annoying, and especially with a sand attack going off. Hopefully we just hit this one, and we do not, so we might actually die to this Sandshrew unless I heal up here, or I could not be a coward and try and hit, and I'm not a coward and we succeed, but I will have to heal up outside of the battle, I guess. Level 19 with Electrike, so slowly but surely heading up in the right direction. Marill might have been a good Pokemon for it to take on, but sadly it doesn't have an electric type attack, so it's not much use, as well as needing healing up also. One thing we can do is just double kick this Marill, which will probably kill it anyway, even though it's not super effective. And it does. So that's all good. And I believe there is a Fossil Maniac in this area, and I think that is a sign that one of the Reggies is in this area, but again, I could be getting my wires crossed. And you can see some more trainers down the bottom, but this is the Fossil Maniac. Oh, the Ruin Maniac, sorry, not the Fossil Maniac. It's important that it's a Ruin Maniac, because that's why... And I forgot to heal up. So I could either heal up now, or... I mean, I don't have any other option, I guess. Or just revive, I suppose. Use the energy powder or the super potion. I guess I'll just use the energy powder to get it out of my inventory. And that does lower Crobat's happiness, but I'm not too worried about Crobat's happiness. Because I'm considering using return on it, so maybe I should worry a bit more about that than I am currently. But I think wing attack should do it again. Even though Sand Slash is quite a bit bulkier than Sandshrew. And we did get hit with a Sand attack, but thankfully we hit through anyway, and it still doesn't kill. And now we have another Sand attack, and I think Sand Slash also has Sand Veil. So yeah, quite frustrating this battle, but nevertheless, I'm sure we will triumph eventually, and now the misses begin. Thankfully, Crobat pretty much hard walls. Well, obviously it's flying type, so ground type attacks aren't very good, and neither are poison type attacks, such as Poison Sting, and they cannot poison us, so we do at least have that advantage. And down Sand Slash goes finally. I think that should be the last Pokemon. You can see we've got 800 experience total from that Pokemon, which is a lot more than anything else we've been fighting recently. apart from some of the gym Pokemon. But if we head down here, we can do this as a double battle, which should save us a little bit of time. And we can give Blaziken a bit of a run out as well. Sandstorm is still raging, unfortunately. I'm going to wing attack the Marl and double kick the Sandshrew. I cannot wait until we get access to Flamethrower or just a better fire type attack. It's very annoying having to use Ember as our strongest fire type attack. And I do not have anything like Aerial Ace, which would be useful here, I guess. Just to hit the Sandshrew. At least the Lombre takes some damage as well, and I will just guess I'll just do that. And that should kill. If Peck doesn't kill the Sandshrew, I'll feel like an idiot. But, might as well save the PP for no reason. And it does kill, thankfully. At a moment there where I thought it wouldn't. Electrike is slowly picking up more XP, and out comes Sandslash. I think Sandslash should die to a wing attack and a double kick, but if anything's going to live it in this area, it would be level 22 Sandslash. And again, this is the sort of thing I would like to hit with Flamethrower, just because it's a special attack. I'm not actually confident that wing attack would have killed if it hadn't been a critical double kick, but it shouldn't matter too much at this stage. And at least in a double battle we have 2 attempts to hit and kill. And down it goes finally. Crobat gets up to level 32, so I'm going to switch it to second place. And give Combusken some time, and we do also get Spark, which is quite handy. I think it's a 60 base power electric type move. So as a kind of, until we get Thunderbolt, that's going to be our primary stab, and might actually make Electrike usable. Although we probably won't be using it much until after we get Surf, I suppose, and we start fighting some more water types. I'm going to do some healing up. I'm going to heal up Machop as well, I guess. Give Crobat a bit of a boost. This may be a waste, I don't know how many more drains there are in this area, but there are some wild Pokemon, so I figure I may as well just ensure I'm able to damage them if possible. And Zigzagoon has another item for us, and it's another X attack. Get a lot of X attacks from Zigzagoon, and I don't really use any of them. There is one TM down here, which I believe is the TM for Sandstorm, if I remember correctly. Very imaginative location for it. So Boltoy is also a new Pokemon we need to catch, so I am going to peck it and hope that doesn't kill. I don't think it will. And then from there, Rock Tomb crits and still only does 8 damage, so should be okay just to start throwing Pokeballs, I think. Boltoy, Boltoy evolves into Claydol, which is something which we will be using probably after I've finished with everything else in the game. Claydol is, I believe, the best Pokemon to use for contests, so it can be, it does have a niche use, I guess. And we are still hunting for a Trapinch and a Sandshrew, which are the 2 most common encounters in this area. So we should hopefully not have too much trouble finding one of those. And I believe this is the last trainer of the area as well. So we are very nearly done, and then we can think about heading to Petalburg. Talo thankfully does not have Sandvale, so we should be able to connect our double kick and it will probably kill in one go. Doesn't quite make it on the first hit, but the second one does more than, well, the second one is more than enough, so yeah, there we go. And Combuskin is also creeping up to level 32. Nuzleaf again will go down very easily and also does not have any evasion boosts, so we shouldn't miss this. But it does have a very annoying fake out that it can use. Combuskin takes even more unnecessary damage and delays the inevitable, I suppose. But we do at least level up. Combuskin's trying to learn Quick Attack. I guess I could go for Quick Attack over Peck, but to be honest, I don't see any point as I have other Pokemon with Quick Attack at this stage. And it's not a very good move anyway. I think that was the last trainer of the area. Yeah, we fought her. So unless there is something, unless there's someone up this way, have we fought you? Yes, we have. I think we're out of the Sandstorm if we come up this way. Yeah, we're up to this area, which is kind of east of Falaba, with the Ash route. So the final thing to do before we head off to Petalburg and think about the next gym is to catch some Pokemon. So let's see if we can find a Sandshrew and a Trapinch. And we find the Trapinch straight away. So I'll peck this and then start throwing Pokeballs. Trapinch evolves into Flygon eventually, which is quite a cool Pokemon. Had its moment in the sun for Gen 4 OU. I don't know if it was a top tier Pokemon in Gen 3 as well, but it's a Dragon ground type with Levitate. It's pretty fun to use, but I did think about it, but it's a little bit too weak, I think. I don't particularly love it as a Pokemon. I've never been a huge fan, and ultimately it is not as good as the other Dragon types in this game, sadly. And Trapinch's data is added to the Pokedex, and we can continue our hunt for Sandshrew at 35%. I'm going to come down this way because we will be going in and out, hoping to spawn the Mirage Tower, which is actually the final thing we're going to be doing in this area. I can just run away from all these Boltoys. I shouldn't take any Sandstorm damage from doing so, so at least there's that. Let's just go back and forth here, and if this takes a very long time I'll probably cut out most of it. And we are at the top of the desert here, in this area east of Falaba, with the just north of the Sandstorm. But we have spawned the thing that we wanted to see, so I'm still hunting for Sandshrew, but Sandshrew is available inside this tower at 50%, so I will be hunting for it in there as it's a slightly higher chance. I did go through about 3 or 4 wild encounters off camera, but no joy even then. I do have a Super Repel, which I think I'm going to need for this area, because I think you can still get wild encounters even though we are going to be doing one of the Machbite puzzles, so I am just going to get one encounter and see what it is. And there we go, we do find our Sandshrew. So in this tower, Sandshrew is 50%, and the other Pokemon is Trapinch at 50% as well. So we do already have a Trapinch, and now we should hopefully catch Sandshrew. I kind of did that on autopilot, and luckily it didn't kill. There is no Sandstorm in this area, so we don't have to worry about Sandvale. But luckily Sandshrew is bulky enough to take a double kick. And we catch it first ball with a great ball, so that's perfect. Sandshrew is done, and we've captured all the Pokemon in this area. So I'm going to use a Super Repel in case we have to do any areas with Magpie puzzles, I guess. You do also need Rock Smash to get through this, and yeah, there it is. So if we come here and then go like this, that should get us through. And I'm quite happy I got that first try. I'm not very good at those with a keyboard. So if we try and come this way, what happens? Oh, there's some Rock Smash rocks. Well, we're going to cheat and use these. I did bring Zigzagoon for this purpose. The other way has another... oh no, maybe it's just a fast way to get down. I'm not sure. And if we break this rock, we then get a choice of 2 fossils. So the fossils that are here are the root fossil and the claw fossil, and the root fossil gives you the rock/grass Pokemon Lileep, while the claw fossil turns into the rock/bug Pokemon Anorith. So Lileep evolves into Credilli and Anorith evolves into something that I always forget the name of. But Lileep is my favourite of the 2, so I'm going to be taking the root fossil, and when we take this, the whole tower is going to collapse. So yeah, you can't have both, you can only pick one. So sadly, we will not be adding Armaldo. Armaldo is what it evolves into. Anorith evolves into Armaldo. We'll not be adding Armaldo to the Pokédex anytime soon, and that is the last time you will see Mirage Tower. So, and the fossil instantly disappears into the sand. Yeah, so that is all for this area. We are done. We've caught everything. We have fought every trainer, and we've picked up all of the non-hidden items. So I'm going to head over to Petalburg, and we should be looking to take on the next gym. I've just looked at how long we've been recording, and it actually took us about 28 minutes to get through the Sandstorm area, which I thought it was quite a small area, so I planned for that just to be the first part of the episode, but there's quite a lot of stuff in the next gym. There's, I think, 8 trainers plus the gym fight, and it's a difficult fight, so I kind of want that to be its own episode. So this is going to be the end of today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.